In this video, I want to talk about why I chose to live in Cebu City. When it comes to the Philippines, so many people think of Manila, Manila, Manila. However, there's so many amazing places to live in the country, and so I want to talk about how I wound up in Cebu City in particular. Let's go. So as I've lived in the Philippines, I've got to explore more, and there's a lot of incredible places to live and so many other places that I still really want to travel and see. But my journey to Cebu City really had to do at first with work. It's where Grace was, who helped me found the company and kind of get all the paperwork and everything going to incorporate. But I also found that it was just a great place to set up a business. It's not oversaturated in terms of the type of businesses that are here, but there's huge access to a lot of employees that want to do the type of jobs that we have. And so finding a place that just had a diverse workplace where it would be great for recruiting was huge in my mind. Now, I realize that most people, that's way down on their list when they're thinking about where I want to live in the Philippines. So I want to talk about some of the other reasons why I chose to live here as well. First and foremost being the people. I have to say, from the very first time that I hopped off the plane in Cebu at Mactan Airport, I just really found that the people were so friendly, so welcoming, warm, respectful, and depending on where you live in the Philippines, people are going to be a little bit different. So for example, when I go to Manila, people there, it's not that they're unfriendly, however, they're not super friendly like people in Cebu. And I think that's because Manila is just fast-paced, it's very highly densely populated, and all those things impact the people that live in a particular place. It's like if you're in Chicago or if you're in New York, you know, just being in a large, bustling city that's densely populated and everybody going is going to really impact you. Manila's a lot more like that. Whereas Cebu, I just find it's very open and, you know, it covers a very large area. Even kind of the wider city area, you're kind of going from city to city. You know, in California, it's like for me, if I go to Los Angeles, yes, there's a small area that's downtown Los Angeles, but really LA, especially LA County, is just one sprawling suburb after another. And in a smaller way, that's how I think of the wider Cebu area. It's just kind of large, sprawling area. It's not too densely populated, and so it just gives kind of a laid-back feel to it compared to some of the other cities that you might expect. So the people here, first and foremost, is really why I choose to live in Cebu City to this day. I just feel very comfortable here. You know, when I come back from traveling in other places in the Philippines or, you know, recently going to Thailand, different places like that, I just kind of always feel at home and relaxed in Cebu City. And a huge part of that is just because of how warm and welcoming the people are here. You never hear people arguing or things like that in public. Just everybody is pretty relaxed and great to be around. Now, another reason why I love Cebu in general is there's just an amazing diversity of places that you could see here. I live in the city area near Cebu Business Park, Cebu IT Park, which are the two main work hubs in the city. But without traveling too far, I could get to amazing resorts in Mactan Island and, you know, amazing areas to go island hopping on boats and just seeing beautiful white sand beaches. And then I could travel a few hours further and get to, you know, amazing places like Moabual or, you know, different places going south or north from where I am that are just really beautiful beach towns. Probably just 15 minutes outside of the city, I could get to mountain areas that are really gorgeous as well, with amazing views overlooking the city. So I really find that Cebu City is central to just so much diversity with a lot of very friendly people no matter where I go. Another thing for me is when I was especially first coming to the Philippines, I wanted to go to a place that was kind of middle of the road. Not a really small, they would say province area, you know, kind of small town area, not real small, and also not really big and congested like Manila is. Cebu is a great option where it is definitely on the more populated side. I think it's the second most populated city here in the Philippines. However, it just is pretty sprawling, so you don't feel like it's just really crowded with people. It's a great middle of the road place, and for those of you that may be considering moving to the Philippines, I would definitely say look at Cebu City or look at surrounding areas and see how you like it here. So many people wind up in Cebu City, and I think it's just because coming from other countries, this is really a place that feels very comfortable to be in. It's not too overwhelming. You got everything that you would want here. You don't kind of feel overwhelmed like you might in a bigger city at the very beginning like Manila. Cebu also has some fun events to go to. When I moved here in 2020, I wanted to get here in January so I would make sure to be here on time for Sinulog. Just a huge, pretty religious festival, but let's face it, all the religious festivals over here are pretty much a party, and Sinulog was definitely a party. Just amazing seeing how many people were involved with that. Probably the biggest crowd that I've ever been in my life was at Sinulog, and just people were having so much fun. There was a lot of dancing and entertainment and just people having a great time, and definitely different events like that in Cebu are another reason why I really enjoy being here. So I know my reasons for coming here were really about business and kind of settling down. Most of the other expats that come to the Philippines, especially Cebu City, let's face it, these guys are looking for some pretty Cebuanas, and they probably have very different reasons than I do for moving over here. If you talk to Cebuanas, they're gonna say, hey, we're the prettiest Filipinas in all the Philippines, but I'm gonna let people here debate those type of things. For me, I wasn't coming here to retire, and so I really needed access to a bigger size of the population. In a recent video, I talked about Manila versus Cebu City, and so definitely I have thoughts on amazing things about other places like Manila as well, but in this video, I'm gonna make sure I stick to especially Cebu. So I'm curious, if you've been to the Philippines, where have you been? Let me know in the comment below. Where has your favorite place been? What's your impression of Cebu City? I would love to hear your thoughts as well. And as always, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and take care.